There was a lady in Brighton called Sarah Reason, which is an interesting name considering what happened. She put some cardboard in a bin, so she didn't throw it on the floor. She put some cardboard in a bin in Brighton. Because it was the wrong recycling thing, she got prosecuted and fined £400 for it. Now, this is just a working woman who happened to put some cardboard in the wrong bin, and the council fined her £400. Now, the reason I'm going to mention this one is my daughter, who lives in Manchester town centre, recently got, and she lives in kind of an apartment block. It's actually a house, but it's an apartment block. And she puts her rubbish, so like all apartment blocks, there's you know the bins at there's like an area at the back.
Communal bins at the back.
Communal bin at the back, and she puts all her rubbish in there faithfully. As a family, we are very obsessed about litter. No, I'm not particularly obsessed with recycling. I think that's another major con that we've got going. But in terms of litter, we're very, I don't allow my kids to litter. They're all adults now, but they've never been allowed to litter. If I see somebody throwing something on the street, I'll have a word with them. I don't like any of that. I don't like litter. It's ingrained in the family.
Yeah.
And anyway, she has these nice bins, communal bins at the back. All the rubbish goes in there, basically. She got a letter from Manchester Council, who hopefully you'll be running this time next year. She got a letter from Manchester Council, a PCN, penalty charge notice. We found a box. Oh, by the way, I got a letter as well.
Yeah.
Because what happened was
there was a letter or something inside.
There was two Amazon boxes, which she'd obviously put in. One of them must have been at our house. She picked it up with my name on, or my name had gone on it, because we have a joint Amazon account. My name had gone on it, and it must have gone to her. I think she'd put the boxes at the back in the bin. Then when the bin men were taking them out, the boxes must have dropped out onto the street. So she got a letter saying, you've been, we found your litter on the street. Littering is a criminal offence. She's a chartered accountant, by the way, so she can't have anything criminal offence. Please tell us what happened. So she wrote back. I mean, they sent that letter to me as well, and I just said, get stuffed. I wrote back and just said, get stuffed. How dare you send this to me? But she's law-abiding. She's law-abiding, so she filled in the relevant form saying what happened. I'm very conscientious, I'm a chartered accountant, and blah, 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 whatever. 2 weeks later, penalty notice, £140. So I said to her, this is not happening, Holly. I said, this is not happening. I said, find out how your local councillors are, find out how your local MP is, write to them, send them all this documentation. Anyway, next minute it was dropped. But what's happening with the councils, that they're doing this to law-abiding citizens? The lady in Brighton, £400. My own daughter, who's a very law-abiding, tax-paying, rates-paying citizen, who hasn't done. My daughter. I mean, this woman, you could argue, she put it in the wrong bin, so but it's bollocks anyway. But my daughter had done nothing wrong. She told them she'd done nothing wrong. They stuck her. Despite that, they charged her 100, and most other people would have just paid it because it's like, I don't want to get in trouble or whatever. Because she knew. I said to her, we'll take this to the High Court if necessary. This is not happening. Why are councils doing things like that? You're going to be running the council, hopefully.
The mayors don't run council,
This wastes a lot of energy.
The 10 councils will run themselves independently. The mayor can have influence, but he doesn't run the council.
So what if you were the mayor? How?
I've worked on this council. Let me tell you why this is happening.
Yes, but I suppose first I need to know, what's your opinion of that? Because you might say, well, I think that's very good, Lindsay. I think that's what we should be doing to the honest, hard-working citizens. Firstly, what's your opinion? And secondly, what would you do if you were the mayor to influence change around this, what I see as horrific behaviour from the council?
So, a couple of things here. The first thing is, we both agree that the councils need to crack down on people littering. Yeah. We all agree that. So that particular story with your daughter, they found her Amazon boxes on the street. So of course they should investigate. Of course they should say, this is not good enough. Here is a penalty notice. They've then given her an opportunity to explain what went on. The fact they should have read her that explanation and went, do you know what? That's fair enough. And we could never prove intent anyway, because she said, I put it in there, it must have blown out or someone's thrown it out. Well, that's a reasonable excuse. It should have been dropped there and then. Because to uphold that in the court of law, the council would have to show intent that you meant to do that. Okay. So your bin blowing over, or something falling out of your bin, or people emptying your bin on the street, well, that's not your responsibility. So she had a genuine reason that looked reasonable. Should have been the end of the matter.
Yeah.
But what happens to the councils is they're being hammered for this all the time. What are you doing about littering? What are you doing about littering? What are you doing about fly tipping? Well, the answer is to catch the real people who are dumping lorry loads of crap on country lanes or on deserted streets. They're very hard to catch. But catching someone who's legitimate, who will write back and give us her name, address, and we know who she is, that's easy. But that one fine looks just as good on my record as the real dangerous person who's dumping lorry loads of crap. It's still just one fine makes my stats look good. So again, through incompetence and through not wanting to do the hard work, we take the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
That's why we've got people walking around my city centre fining you if you drop, which is true, because this has happened. Some crumbs fall off your Greggs past it and you get a £70 ticket in the city centre.
Wow.
That's been in the Manchester Evening News. That's true. But we're not looking for the person, the rogue builder who's throwing fly tipping on the streets. And when we do catch them, by the way, we get them to, and it takes a long time to catch them for putting up cameras and things like that. When we get to court, they get an £80 fine. And it's like, you've been doing this for years and you've cost the council 50 grand cleaning up all your mess, and you get an £80 fine in court. So of course you're going to carry on doing it, because the cost benefits are tremendous in your favour. We're not clever enough on reducing littering and that. We don't educate kids anymore now. We should penalise parents. But how can we educate a whole generation of people now in our country about throwing litter on the street when we're also told that our country's crap, our country is evil, our country is not worth supporting? Where I don't throw litter on the pavement because this is my country. Yeah. This is my country. Just like I wouldn't expect someone to throw litter in my house because it's my house. Well, this is my country, and I have some respect for my country. And I had this conversation once with a mate of mine. He said, well, I do that because councils have to clean it up, and that's providing jobs for low-skilled people. And I went, no, it's not. It's just using your council tax in a really, really poor, efficient manner.
Yeah. But it's an interesting point you make, because I don't condone people throwing litter, but again, if we go back to the man in Wolverhampton from 2 episodes ago, he is being told on a daily basis, you're shit, you're racist, you benefited from colonial supremacy, you've got white privilege, and you treat this country's awful, our history's awful. So why wouldn't you chuck a bit of litter on the floor? Because does it really matter? Because everybody thinks I'm crap anyway, and that's a...
My country doesn't love me, so why should I love my country?
Yeah. And I don't know if I mentioned it when we talked last, but, we have actually... The governments in this country, and I'll include Labour and Tories, they seem to despise their own citizens, don't they?
It feels like that.
It feels like that. And examples like this, to me, just reinforce this. We despise you, we hate you. If you put a bit of cardboard in the wrong bin, we're going to charge you 400 quid. If we find something no matter what your excuse is, we're going to charge you 190 quid. This is what people are feeling like now, isn't it?
Part of it is it's an income stream. Yeah. So we're taxing everyone to death in this country. And the other part of it is, like I said before, it's low-level incompetence. We need to solve the littering issue. We all understand that. But we're not going to do the hard work to do it. We just want the low-hanging fruit. Yeah. So it looks like we're doing something about it.
Yeah.
If you like that video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell and comment. And if you like what I'm saying about running for Mayor of Greater Manchester, then stick around. Tell your family, tell your friends. The only way I'm going to have a chance of winning is a grassroots movement. So be part of that movement and hit that bell. Thanks.